Thank you for tuning in to Nosing Around with Megan and Tony. I'm your host, Megan Bishop, and this is my co-host, Tony Carico.
Hey, Megan, it's good to be here today.
How are you?
I'm great.
We are at the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office. We've got a great show today, and it is all about you, the community. Tony, tell us a little bit about who we're meeting with today.
Well, first off, we're going to meet with our sheriff, your sheriff, John Ingram. John has several programs going on here. Today's show is about crime prevention. The crime prevention unit consists of several people. Lieutenant Clint Simpson is the head of the department. Then we have First Sergeant Bert Reaves and Sergeant T.K. Nowell, and they all play a significant role in the different programs that the Sheriff's Office offers to the community, from all the way from our young drivers up to seniors who may be shut in or be having dementia problems. So what do you say we go in and find John and these folks and see what they've got going on and what they have to offer our community?
Sounds great. Let's go. I'd like to welcome our first guest on the show, Sheriff John Ingram. Thank you for being a part of our show today. We are very excited about being at the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, so thank you.
Thank you.
We are talking about several programs within the Crime Prevention Unit. Tony, you want to list those programs that we're talking about today?
There's tons of programs that you offer. Citizens Academy, which I'm going through, and that's what kind of brought us to the idea of having the show about your office and all you offer. We have the STOP program for parents and teen drivers. We have RAD. We have the Are You OK program and the Project Lifesaver for seniors. These are a lot of these programs have been around for a little while, and a lot of them you instituted yourself, correct?
That's correct. Yes, I think out of all of them, Project Lifesaver was the one that was in place when I took over as sheriff. Other than that, we've implemented these programs over the past few years. And
the Citizens Academy is a segue into your volunteer program, and I know that's your baby.
It is.
And it is being looked at by sheriff's offices all over the country, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. And we never envisioned that it would be that successful. Our primary goal in starting the Citizens Academy was to open the doors to the citizens of the county. We wanted to be as transparent as possible and make sure that our citizens were aware of what our capabilities are as well as what our limitations are. We also wanted to make sure that they took some ownership in their sheriff's office. You said earlier my sheriff's office, but it is the citizens' sheriff's office. I'm just fortunate enough to be the sheriff at this time and work with a great group of people serving the citizens. And I don't let them forget that. We're here working for the citizens of this county, and I take that very seriously. And developing programs where we get our citizens involved, it educates our community and helps them help us be much more proactive in the long run. And being proactive rather than just reacting to crime has helped us in many ways reducing the crime rate in the county. And I attribute that to the involvement we have from our citizens. And naturally, the volunteer program spinning out of the Citizens Academy has been a huge success. Our volunteer program, we've even had calls internationally about it, which I was very surprised.
That's awesome.
We became part of the VIPS, which is the Volunteer and Police Service. It's an international organization, and they actually featured us in one of their articles.
That's
and
great.
Picked up some international recognition. So it's great, and it's not something that I've done or any one person. It's a combination of the people here at the Sheriff's Office working with citizens and all of our volunteers coming together trying to look for ways where they can supplement our operation.
Makes you more efficient.
Make us more efficient and free up officers to be on the street more.
Right.
So there are a lot of areas we've been able to implement our volunteer program, even at our courthouse, assisting deputies at the front door, screening people as they come into the courthouse, making sure that our courthouse is as safe as possible and secure as possible. They assist us with traffic control in situations that allow. They assist us with a lot of work here, clerical work around the office. They assist us with putting on the Citizens Academies.
Right.
They are integrated in almost every aspect that we have. We have a group of volunteers that review cases, the unsolved cases, homicide cases, and that has been very successful. They've opened up a lot of new leads and things that we've worked on in some of these cases. The efforts that they have made is just humbling. I cannot believe their willingness to not only work and be a part of the sheriff's office, but to come up with new ideas and new approaches and to try to make us as best, serve the citizens as best we can.
Right.
And it's just amazing what they've been able to do.
And these volunteers, they do, like you said, everything from clerical. I know you have a great group that works with the APS program, the Animal Protective Services. You have the Voice Patrol, which is actually a citizen patrol, and I'm sure some of our viewers have seen those folks out in the community in those marked cars, and they're basically riding the community, watching for suspicious activity or anything that they might could report back to you and your staff.
A mobile community watch is what I like to refer to it as.
Great program, great program. This Citizens Academy is done twice a year.
We try, twice a year. At one time we did run 3 a year. We were trying to get as many people as we could, but twice a year now.
And you take about 20 to 25
volunteers
or candidates for the program. Once they go through it, they have opportunities to help serve in these roles. One of the things that I've really enjoyed, I am going through the academy right now and just a few weeks into it, is it's not all book work. You think we go to class for a Tuesday nights from 6 to 10. We're not just sitting there getting lectured. It's a lot of hands-on. You get all of your different departments involved. I've met folks from major crimes, from drug prevention, the narcotics department. Your CSI guys got to do a lot of interesting things, and we're only about halfway through it. So it's a great program.
That's very important to note, though, because initially when we started the Citizens Academy, it was more lecture, and we asked, like we did when you started the class, we asked for feedback and to be brutally honest with us. And out of that feedback, we were able to realize that we needed to be more interactive and hands-on rather than just a lecture. So the classes have changed over a period of time to turn into what they are today.
Very interesting.
Because, initially it was just a couple of us working together trying to come up with the program and reach out to other areas of the country that had started one and trying to put something together that works for us. But it is important to note that we've been able to turn it into what it is today from the feedback of the people that have attended it.
Well, John, I want to thank you for being on the show with us. What we're going to do now is bring in some of your staff members that work with crime prevention, Sergeant T.K. Nowell, First Sergeant Bert Reaves, and Lieutenant Clint Simpson, and talk to them about some of these services that your Sheriff's Office offers to the community.
Great. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks for being here.
We are back with our second guest here on the show. We've got Sergeant T.K. Nowell and our volunteer Camille with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about the RAD program, Rape Aggression Systems program here at the Sheriff's Office. Tell us a little bit about this program.
The Rape Aggression Defense System is a nationwide and international program. We are luckily fortunate to have brought that to the Brunswick County citizens in last year, July. This program, like I said, is international. New Hanover County also offers it, but we offer it to our citizens for free. It's a basic self-defense which teaches women tactics that are very viable options and things that they can use. They don't have to require guns and knives and stuff like that, but they have options of self-defense on their bodies that they can use at any time.
And it gives them a lot of self-confidence too, doesn't it, Sergeant Nowell?
Yes, sir. It teaches women that, regardless of their age, their size, anything, that they have options that they can use to defend themselves in a situation.
And you mentioned age or size. We were talking before we started the show. Any age, pretty much, you can take. You mentioned you had as young as 12.
12, yep. We have a lot of mother-daughter combinations that come in. as long as they have a parental consent form signed. So we've had taught people 12, 13 years old up to, I've got an 89-year-old in my class right now. So it's really what they're able to do, and we don't make people do. They can sit back and watch if they want to, and so it's available. It doesn't really matter.
And if someone wanted to do the RAD program, tell us how they do it, how they sign up. Tell us a little bit of the details on that.
Okay, you can go to www.brunswicksheriff.com, and over on the Public Entrance tab, Public Interest, scroll down and it says RAD Self-Defense, and you fill out the application. It comes straight to me. I send out an email to say, hey, I'm having a class here at this location this time. If you're available to come, then just shoot me an email and say I'll be there.
And it's my understanding that location is kept secret, so if some of these folks are maybe needing protection from some type of domestic situation,
Correct.
there is no way anybody can find out where they're at and what they're learning.
Yes, if there's a domestic violence situation, I prefer them to call me direct instead of putting their email in, so that it doesn't get attained by the person that they're trying to defend against.
Right.
So, but yes, we have at different locations. We go out to the communities. It's not just at one location. We can come to them.
Okay.
And you were telling us also that if there's like a community, say Ocean Ridge or Sandpiper Bay or Lockwood Folly, one of these locations that maybe a group of women want to get together and learn together that are all in one community, they can do that. And I understand,
right.
Camille, that's how you got involved in the program, correct?
That's exactly how I got involved. I was in the Citizens Academy, and TK talked about RAD, and I was immediately intrigued by it. I went back to my community, spoke to my neighbors, and they were intrigued by it. So I contacted TK, and she made the arrangements. And there were about 11 of us that took the program, and it was amazing.
A lot of communities don't have a facility, but that's where I can step in and look for places that have it for free.
Sergeant TK, tell us, after women take this course, what can they gain from the program?
They're going to gain a world of confidence. Knowing that they actually have the power and ability to defend themselves in a situation is priceless. And that's another reason why we offer this class for free. So as a woman and a mother, I took more from this class than any law enforcement training that I've had. I use this day to day, going to the grocery store, getting stuff out of the car, just out and about in general, that my awareness has heightened, and my sense of security as well.
Wow, that's awesome. And Camille, what did you take from the course after you took it?
Well, there were two things that hit me immediately, and one was we live in a world where we cannot take for granted that we are safe, that there are people out there that mean to do harm. And the second thing I learned through the simulation was that when you have someone approach you, my mind went into this automatic place, and I needed that coaching to come back to the moment so that I could think and react rather than panic. And I thought those were two great take-homes for me as a woman, as a mother when I'm out with my family, and as a grandmother if I'm out and I need to protect my grandchildren.
And what she said about simulation, this class is 12 hours long. We break it down in like three-hour sessions, 4 nights. And at the end, the last night is optional simulation. So they actually wear padded gear, and we have aggressors, and we take them through scenarios where they actually have to use these techniques that we have taught them. And just for them to see that on video afterwards, like, man, I actually did that.
Yeah,
it's just,
accomplished that.
They are so empowered.
Wow, okay. Camille, tell us a little bit about what you do as a volunteer here at the Sheriff's Office.
Well, I volunteer in a number of different capacities. One is at the Citizens Academy, and I'm there really to assist Sergeant T.K. Nowell, First Sergeant Bert Reaves, and Lieutenant Clint Simpson. And I come on Tuesday evenings, and if there's papers to be passed out, if there are food to be laid out, anything that will make that program run smoothly and allow the staff to do what they need to do. I also have the opportunity to volunteer at the courthouse, which is a very interesting program as well. I'm at the metal detector with another deputy, and I've learned a lot about metal detectors. So I'm no longer frustrated when I go to the airport because I totally understand. And I also do the voice patrol, which is an opportunity to ride with a partner in low crime areas and see the neighbors, see the neighborhood, ride around schools and report anything that may be amiss.
What a great opportunity. Thank
It's
you for sharing all
wonderful.
of that. Tell us one more time, TK, the contact information if someone is interested in the RAD program.
Sure, you can contact me at 253-2708. You can also call 253-2777, which is our main office here. And then you can go on our website, which is www.brunswicksheriff.com, go to public interest, and select RAD self-defense. So it's pretty simple to get a hold of me.
And a really great program.
Yes.
It is.
Well, thank you both for being here and
My
sharing
pleasure.
all that information.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. We have our third guest with us today. It's Sergeant Bert Reaves, First Sergeant Bert Reaves with the Crime Prevention Unit. We're going to talk with you today a little bit about a couple of programs that are geared towards seniors. One of them being the Are You OK program, and the other being the Project Lifesaver, which I'm familiar with from Search and Rescue. Tell us a little bit about the first program, Are You OK? I understand this is more geared towards shut-ins, seniors that are shut in and living at home alone, maybe.
That's correct. It is for individuals that live home alone that would like to know that someone is going to be checking on them. The system is a robocall system that calls them at a predetermined time, chosen by the client any time between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m.
Good.
And is this 7 days a week?
That's up to the client. They choose what days they would like to be called, if it's 7 days a week, but we do have some clients that choose particular days during the week.
Okay. And what if a client is going out of town or not going to be at home for that week? What do they need to do for that phone call not to come through and people be worried?
They're asked to call us in advance so we can suspend their call system. Because if they don't answer the call, 2 additional calls are placed. If they don't answer after the third call, an alert is generated, at which point we have a contact list of family or friends of the family member, at which point we will make contact with them.
Okay. And once that's done, they either go out and check, or is there an opportunity that you might send somebody from Road Patrol or Crime Prevention out to check on them if, say, their family's out of the area?
Yes, sir, that is correct. We do have resources that will respond to that address depending on their address and what jurisdiction is responsible for their address.
Can they have more than one contact?
Yes, sir. We ask that they have a minimum of 2 contacts, whether it be an emergency contact or an alternate key holder for this program.
That's awesome. That's an awesome program.
It's a great program for the older individuals to take advantage of.
It is. The best part of it is knowing that if it's your mom or your grandmother that's on this system, that she's not laying in the floor possibly with a broken hip or any other medical condition for hours upon hours before somebody checks on her.
Yeah, that's great. Now, the other program that we're talking about is Project Lifesaver, and I understand it's a national program also. This is geared toward folks that might have dementia or some type of Alzheimer's or forgetfulness, so that they can be found if they get lost, correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. Project Lifesaver is actually international throughout the United States and Canada. It's a free service provided through the Sheriff's Office. It's for individuals with any type of brain-related disorders, whether it be traumatic brain injury, commonly known as TBI, Alzheimer's, dementia, also autistic children, and we also have Down syndrome patients, clients.
And how does this work? How does this program work?
It's a radio frequency tracking bracelet is what they actually wear. Once they call and ask to be provided with an application, they'll fill out that application. Once they're determined to be an applicant, we place a transmitter onto the client, and should they wander away from home, the caregiver would call 911, at which time they would notify us.
And at that time, you go out with a group of individuals that are trained to operate the receivers.
That is correct.
Receive the signal from this transmitter that they're being wearing, so that you can triangulate their location and
Yes, sir.
find them.
That is correct. We have about a mile range on the ground and about 3 to 4 miles with the use of the helicopter.
So you can actually take those receivers up in the helicopter and help expedite, I guess would be a good word, to finding them or locating them, or at least narrowing down the location.
Yes, sir, that is correct. We do train with our helicopter through the Sheriff's Office, and the system works very well.
First Sergeant, we appreciate you talking with us about these programs today. We look forward to folks finding out more about all the different programs that the Sheriff's Office through Crime Prevention offers, and we thank you for being here with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Back with our fourth guest, Lieutenant Clint Simpson. Thank you for being a part of our show today. We are going to talk about 3 programs: the Citizens Academy, Senior Citizens Academy, and the program Stopped.
Clint, it's good to have you on the show.
Good to be here.
We're here today, obviously, talking about a lot of programs through crime prevention. Megan and I are representing Citizens Academy with their shirts. This is a shirt that we actually have to wear, and I am going through the program now. One of the reasons we wanted to get you guys involved. Tell us and our audience a little bit about Citizens Academy and Senior Citizens Academy and how they work.
Okay. The Citizens Academy was designed back in, well, not designed, we started our Citizens Academy back in 2008 to bring the community together with the Sheriff's Office to build a cohesiveness that there has not been before with the Sheriff's Office here. To bring them in-house for a 10 to 12 week program, meeting once a week for 4 hours. And letting them know everything we do and everything we don't do. We dispel a lot of myths. The participants actually do a lot of hands-on activities, so it's not just hearing a bunch of lectures for 4 hours every night. There's a couple weekend events during the day where they actually go out and be on some of the watercraft or be at the range during live fire demos and participating in firing weapons. It's a very interesting, very in-depth course, and we don't keep any secrets from the public.
This class is given twice a year, I understand.
Yes.
I am part of class number 16 right now. It's going on this fall. Tell us a little bit about how folks get involved. If someone wants to do this, what do they have to do?
To apply for the Citizens Academy, you have to go online at brunswicksheriff.com, click on the link for the Citizens Academy, or you can go by one of the 3 Sheriff's Office branches, main office in Bolivia, the one in Winnebago, or the one in Calabash, and pick up an application there and mail it in. But the easiest way usually is to go online and do it online and email the application in.
Now, and the benefit to the Sheriff's Office is, like you said, the cohesiveness, community support, but there is also an opportunity once you complete the academy to work as a volunteer.
Correct.
In the many different departments that the Sheriff allows volunteers to work alongside of staff.
We have a wonderful pool of volunteers, a very large one at the Sheriff's Office, and most of them are pulled directly from the Citizens Academy. Why? Because you already have a criminal background check, and you're educated as to what we do and don't do. So you have a better verbal tool, if nothing else, to deal with the public when you have to in the volunteer capacity to explain to them exactly what the Sheriff's Office is about.
And the Senior Citizens Academy is basically a condensed version of this, if I understand correctly.
It is condensed by time and by topics. The Senior Citizens Academy obviously focuses on senior citizens, 55 or older. We go to them. It's not an in-house event. It's more convenient to go to their venues, whether they live in a neighborhood somewhere or we use a local community center. And we speak about topics specific to seniors. Elder abuse, frauds and scams, which is a huge problem. We present different programs and different resources to them, not just with the Sheriff's Office, but with other county and local government entities that they had no idea, or sometimes don't have any idea, that they're available to them. And it's an excellent program, just like the Citizens Academy. It's just tailored towards, the senior population.
The next program we're going to talk about is Stopped, and tell us what that stands for.
Okay, it's Sheriffs Telling Our Parents and Promoting Educated Drivers.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more in depth about that program.
Okay, what it is, it's a program we've had for several years now. The program is designed for 18 and 16-year-old children that have their driver's license or provisional license in this state, and their parents can sign them up for this free program to where if they get pulled over for speeding, any type of infraction, if they're involved in a collision or an accident somewhere, if they turn around at a checkpoint, anything that's traffic related that they're involved in, whether there's an outcome or a consequence, we let the parents or the guardians know exactly what happened, because sometimes, as you know, the children may or may not tell you the complete truth about it, and they'll end up going to court or serving a night in jail before the parents find out about it. unfortunate, sad, but true. So we really try to push this program for the teenage drivers.
Okay. It's a great program.
It is.
So all these programs can be found through the website, correct?
Yes.
There's links to different things that give information about these.
There's all this information on brunswicksheriff.com. Or, of course, you can call any of the phone numbers up here and speak to one of us live, and we can explain it in great detail.
So we've gone through a bunch of programs that crime prevention does, and we've just really, in my opinion, touched the tip of the iceberg. But I think the programs that we've been able to share with the community today are programs that they may not be aware of that are very beneficial to their community from a parental standpoint, from an elder care standpoint, from even the RAD program is just an awesome program that our sheriff and our sheriff's office offers to our community. It's been great to have you guys on the show today, and we really appreciate all you do protecting and serving Brunswick County.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a great show we had today at the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
It was. I think I am ready and interested to take the RAD program for the self-defense for women. There are lots of programs that we discussed today.
That's
Tell
right.
us a little bit about, recap on all the programs we talked about.
We had the RAD program, as you mentioned, and we also had the STOP program, which is an acronym that for parents and their children that are new drivers. We have the Are You OK program for seniors, as well as the Project Lifesaver program, and Senior Citizens and Citizens Academy, which are two great programs that lead into volunteer work with the Sheriff's Office. And they have so many different places that you can volunteer in the community with the Sheriff's Department, be it here at the Sheriff's Office, on the road with their voice patrol, and many other things that the Sheriff talked about, animal protective services, lots of different things going on. So if you folks out there want to know more about the Sheriff's Office and all the offerings through the Crime Prevention Unit, you can go to brunswicksheriff.com to find that information, or you can call here at the Sheriff's Office and we will put the number down below for you. Also, you can call us at the Chamber Office in Shiloh at 910-754-6644, or go to brunswickcountychamber.org, and there should be a link on our website back to the Sheriff's Office and all the community things that go on here.
ATMC TV works hard to bring you the best in local programming for Brunswick and Columbus counties. Our goal is to provide local programming that is interesting, informative, and entertaining to the residents of our area. ATMC TV also offers all their information at atmctv.com. Find out when your favorite shows are airing, watch current ATMC TV episodes, check the local bulletins, or even submit a public service announcement about your organization. Be sure to check us out on the web at atmctv.com.
Trojan Football is back on ATMC TV. Tune to Channel 3 or HD Channel 910 every Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday after a home game at 8:30 p.m. to catch the action. This year's Trojan football season features play-by-play with Mike DeSpirito and Chris McKenzie and is brought to you by East Coast Moving, Grissettown Longwood Fire and Rescue's Haunted Trail, Southern Homes of Brunswick County, ATMC, and Turtle Crossing Cupcakes, Espresso Bar, and Bake Shop. Get in on the game with ATMC TV.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.